Hi everyone, this beautiful replica is leaving my collection, so I'll do a quick review of it before that happens. Let's start with the externals and go from the tip to butt, as they say. We have a 3-prong flash hider secured with a small screw. Correct for this version. We have a thin profile barrel, outer barrel, correct. We have a triangle handguard, also correct. With no heat shields on the inside. JG version has heat shields on the inside, this one doesn't. You can see the fake gas tube. My handguard was moving when I got it. I just put some tape under the handguard cap and that fixed the issue. We have a correct slip ring. It's flat, not angled like on a delta ring. Moving on to the upper receiver. We have a fixed carry handle with a adjustable rear sight. Clicks into position. What else? We have a forward assist button, correct shape. Doesn't do much, moves a lot, but who gives a damn? What else? Yeah, you can pull back the charging handle and it locks the fake bolt back. We have a rotary style hop-up unit, plastic in my case. Push the fake release bolt to release it. Close the doors. Alrighty. Moving on to the lower receiver. We have a square undercut here at the front pin, which is correct for this early version. Also no fencing around the magazine release button, also correct. Nice change for an M4. This travesty I cannot forgive. The markings for the selector on the right side. We have a correct pistol grip. What else on this side? Nothing special here. The selector moves nicely. It's a bit stiff, just right. What else? Okay, let's move on to the stock. Hollow plastic stock. I think it's the correct length for this version. I think it's a bit shorter than a standard M16 stock, but don't hold me on that. We have a rubberized butt pad. Unscrew this screw on the back. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, unscrew it a bit. Flat screwdriver. Lift up, pull out, rotate. And here we have an access to the battery compartment, a huge battery compartment. As you can see, it comes with a T connection as standard. Oh yes, and the sling swivels, a bit noisy, but on the correct position here in the front as well. Now the internals. First we need to disassemble it. As you can see, it has a captured pin, the front and the back. Now when disassembling, push a bit forward so it unlocks a bit. And open the charging handle, lift the doors and push the bolt release in, and then move the upper off the lower. So you'll clear the doors on the fake bolt doors. Okay, and I forgot to mention this little gem. Come out. This little plastic C-clip. This piece ensures that there's absolutely no movement between upper and lower receivers. It's because of this piece, the first separation of upper and lower was quite hard to pull off. It needed quite some force, but it gets easier with repetition. It works itself in. To insert it back, just clip it on, put the top and on first. See, just put the top in and then just write it in, push it all the way in, and that's it. Okay, the replica has a true quick change system for replacing springs. To do that, remove the stock, it'll make things easier. Use a long screwdriver and a 5 or 6 millimeter hex bit remove the lower screw on the inside of the stock, pull it off, and you have access to the spring guide. Now the gearbox has a nice set of internal parts. Gearbox is radiused in the corners, so it's durable. Mine was a bit too noisy when I got it. I tried fixing that with replacing the motors, replacing the gears, and nothing got rid of that noise. So I suspect the angle of the motor isn't quite correct, but that's someone else's problem to figure out. Now, while replacing the said gears, I encountered an interesting problem. Not enough space between bushings. They're 8mm, by the way. So I had to sand them down so I could close the gearbox on a aftermarket gear set and still have some room for the shims. So yeah, something to watch out for. What else? Yeah, the MOSFET. Cyma MOSFETs aren't good, especially more specifically, the micro switches for the trigger. They're quite sensitive. They can break easily, so be careful while pressing on the trigger. I found a replacement MOSFET, so I got rid of that because, of course, I broke the micro switch. Now it works well, no problems so far. One interesting quirk is that for semi selection, it still uses the cutoff lever, so don't get rid of that. First I thought that it uses a micro switch or maybe optical switch, but no, it uses a cutoff lever, so yeah. That's about it about this replica. It's a nice one, worth its money. It's light, very sturdy. Man, if I didn't have too many replicas I would keep it, but such is life. Anyway guys, hope you liked this one. See you soon.